The Batman Arkham games told one of the greatest superhero stories ever. But what if you could experience it all in just 10 minutes? From Asylum to Night, here's the full Arkham saga, fast and hype. But before we dive in, let's set the stage. The Arkham series isn't just another set of superhero games. It redefined the entire genre. Starting in 2009 with Arkham Asylum, Rocksteady created the blueprint for modern combat systems, stealth mechanics, and cinematic storytelling in gaming. Critics called it the best superhero game ever made, and over the years, the series sold tens of millions of copies worldwide. Every entry expanded Batman's world, introducing legendary villains, shocking twists, and emotional endings that made players feel like they were the Dark Knight himself. So whether you played them all or you've never touched a controller, here's the entire Arkham saga told in order, in just 10 minutes. Batman: Arkham Origins is the raw, cold origin story, set 8 years before Arkham Asylum, when Batman is still new, angry, and unrefined. It all kicks off on one brutal Christmas Eve, when Gotham's underworld erupts. Crime lord Black Mask places a $50 million bounty on Batman's head, and the city becomes a hunting ground for 8 of the world's deadliest assassins. Suddenly, the hunter is the hunted, and Batman has to survive a night where every shadow could be death. From a jailbreak at Blackgate to a bloody showdown in the sewers, Batman chases a trail of violence and deception, facing venom-fueled thugs, martial artists, explosives, and monsters like Killer Croc. He tangles with heavy hitters pulled into Black Mask's web. Deathstroke, Deadshot, Bane, Shiva, Firefly, and others who test his combat, gadgetry, and detective instincts at every turn. The city itself becomes a gauntlet designed to teach him what it means to be Batman. But the real twist isn't just the assassins, it's the trickster at the center of it all. While Batman believes he's hunting Roman Sionis, the criminal known as Black Mask, the Joker has been pulling strings from the start, disguising himself and turning the entire night into a lesson in chaos. Batman's early moral code is pushed to the brink as he learns the difference between justice and vengeance, and how easily trust can be broken in Gotham. Interwoven with the main hunt are subplots that shape the Bat mythos: a corrupt GCPD led by a desperate Commissioner Loeb, a young, suspicious James Gordon, forging the uneasy bond with the Dark Knight, and a handful of future villains planting seeds for what's to come. Gameplay mirrors that learning curve. Stealth sections, detective reconstructions of crime scenes, brutal boss fights, and new gadgets that feel stitched together from necessity rather than polish. By the end of the night, Batman survives, but he's changed. Tougher, more determined, and a little darker. And Gotham learns that the Bat is here to stay. Batman: Arkham Asylum is where the legend of the Arkham series truly begins. Set years after Batman has cemented his reputation, it starts with a seemingly routine mission: escorting the Joker back into the infamous asylum after another failed attack on Gotham. But this time, the Clown Prince of Crime is already 3 steps ahead. Within minutes of arrival, Joker breaks free, seizes control of Arkham Island, and unleashes every major villain locked inside. Overnight, Gotham's most feared prison becomes Batman's personal nightmare. The asylum itself is transformed into a labyrinth of chaos. Armed thugs patrol every corridor, deranged patients roam free, and behind every locked door waits another classic foe. Batman must stalk the shadows, picking enemies off one by one, while unraveling Joker's true plan. Along the way, he clashes with Zsasz, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, Bane, and Harley Quinn, each encounter pushing his body and mind to the limit. Scarecrow's fear toxin in particular twists the game into surreal, fourth-wall-breaking nightmares that show just how fragile Batman's psyche really is. But Joker's real endgame is tied to a dangerous chemical: Titan, a formula derived from venom, Bane's strength-enhancing drug. With it, Joker plans to create an unstoppable army of monsters under his control. By the time Batman uncovers the truth, it's too late. Joker injects himself with Titan, transforming into a grotesque giant for one final showdown atop the asylum. The battle is brutal, chaotic, and personal, But Batman proves that even against monsters, strategy and willpower win the day. In the end, Arkham Asylum isn't just a victory, it's a statement. Gotham's villains now know that Batman isn't just a man in a mask, he's an unstoppable force. And for the players, this was the moment superhero games were redefined forever. The asylum doors may close, but the war for Gotham is only beginning. After the events of Arkham Asylum, Gotham makes a shocking decision. Instead of fixing crime, they will live it off. A massive section of the city is converted into a prison. Arkham City. Criminals roam freely inside, warring for territory under the watchful eye of Professor Hugo Strange, the man in charge. Bruce Wayne protests this dangerous experiment, but during a press conference, he's captured and thrown inside the prison. Before he can even suit up as Batman, he's already marked for death. Strange knows his secret identity and threatens to unleash a mysterious plan called Protocol 10. With Alfred's help, Bruce arms up and begins investigating. Arkham City is chaos incarnate. Two-Face stages a public execution of Catwoman. Penguin hoards weapons and uses Solomon Grundy as his personal attack dog. Joker, still weakened by the Titan formula, is slowly dying. But his illness is about to drag Batman down with him. In one of the game's darkest turns, Joker infects Batman with his tainted blood, forcing the Dark Knight to search for a cure or die. And to make things worse, Joker has secretly shipped his poison blood all across Gotham's hospitals. Batman confronts Mr. Freeze, the only man capable of synthesizing a cure. Freeze eventually crafts one, but not before testing Batman's resolve in a tense boss fight inside his lab. However, Joker steals the cure before it can be used. As the night deepens, Strange initiates Protocol 10, a brutal carpet bombing of Arkham City to wipe out crime. Batman races to Strange's tower, defeats him, and learns the real mastermind is Ra's al Ghul, using Strange as a pawn. Ra's is ultimately defeated, but Joker still looms. In the finale, Batman tracks Joker and Talia al Ghul, who claims to have the cure. But in a devastating twist, it's revealed that Clayface has been impersonating Joker all along to manipulate events. Batman defeats Clayface in a brutal fight, wielding the Sword of Teth against the shapeshifter, and finally secures the cure. Yet tragedy strikes. The real Joker, weakened and desperate, attacks Batman, only to accidentally destroy the last vial of cure. In his final moments, Joker laughs, asking if Batman would have saved him. Batman simply replies, "You want to know something funny? Even after everything you've done, I still would have saved you." Moments later, Joker dies, leaving Batman carrying his body out of Arkham City. No speeches, no words, just silence. The Joker is dead, and Gotham will never be the same. 9 months after Joker's death, Gotham believes it's safe. Crime rates have plummeted, but Batman knows peace is an illusion. That illusion shatters when Scarecrow returns, threatening the entire city with a new strain of fear toxin. His ultimatum forces a mass evacuation, leaving only criminals, police, and Batman behind on Halloween night. Batman gears up, aided by Oracle, Nightwing, and Robin. But Scarecrow isn't acting alone. He has a new general, the mysterious Arkham Knight, a militarized commander with an army of drones, tanks, and soldiers who seem to know Batman's every move. From the start, the Knight proves personal. He knows Batman's tactics, his fears, even his voice. As Batman dismantles the Knight's army, Scarecrow unleashes his toxin in devastating ways. One strike poisons Poison Ivy, forcing her to sacrifice herself to save Gotham's plant life and neutralize the toxin in the air. But Scarecrow's true target is Batman's mind. Using Joker's infected blood, remnants of the Clown Prince live inside Bruce's head, hallucinations that taunt him at every step. In some missions, players even play as Joker, seeing Gotham through his twisted perspective. It's one of the game's most haunting mechanics. The Arkham Knight's identity is eventually revealed. Jason Todd, the second Robin. Once tortured by the Joker and believed dead, Jason was broken and manipulated into hating Bruce. Convinced his mentor abandoned him. The revelation adds emotional weight to every confrontation. Batman refuses to kill Jason, and though Jason initially rejects redemption, He eventually re-emerges to save Batman in the final battle, reclaiming part of his humanity. Scarecrow, however, succeeds in capturing Oracle and Robin, breaking Batman's spirit piece by piece. In the chilling climax, Scarecrow unmasks Batman live on television, revealing to the world that Bruce Wayne is the Dark Knight. But even stripped of his secret, Batman refuses to yield. In a final reversal, Joker's infection tries to consume Bruce's mind completely. Instead, Batman conquers Joker in a mental showdown, locking him away forever. With Scarecrow defeated and Gotham safe, Bruce knows Batman can no longer exist. Back at Wayne Manor, he activates the Nightfall Protocol, a contingency that destroys his home in a fiery explosion, taking himself and Alfred with it. The world believes Bruce Wayne is dead, but the legend of Batman doesn't end. In the game's final scene, a shadowy, fear-like Batman figure appears on Gotham's rooftops, leaving fans to wonder, has Bruce evolved into something more terrifying, or has someone else taken up the mantle? Arkham Knight closes the saga not with a victory, but with a sacrifice. The end of Bruce Wayne and the eternal survival of the Batman myth. And that's the complete story of the Batman Arkham series, from Origins to Asylum to City and finally Night. Rocksteady and WB didn't just make games, they built one of the greatest superhero sagas ever told. But here's the real question. Which Arkham game was your favorite? Was it the gritty detective horror of Asylum, the emotional gut punch of City, or the explosive finale in Night? Drop your answer in the comments because I'll be reading them all. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Hypeverse, and stay tuned because we've got plenty more gaming and comic deep dives coming your way.